guys! I've been really enjoying watching foundation routine videos lately, so I figured I would do one for you guys just in case you wanted to see one. Because I don't think I've ever done one on my channel before, and I've been doing YouTube for like 2 years, so yeah. I'm not going to use a primer right now, but if I would use a primer, then I'd either use the Nivea Express Hydration or the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer, depending on what I want. This is just a silicone-based primer, and this is just more moisturizing, so if I feel my skin is really dry, I'll use this one, or I'll use this one to like fill in my pores. Sometimes I use it just a little bit right here, but I don't need that right now, so I'm just going to skip right ahead to foundation and concealer and everything exciting. So yeah, the first thing I do is apply a little bit of concealer, and I use this brush right here. This looks like one of the Real Technique brushes, but it's actually a Georgina brush, and I got a set of 5 on eBay. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to use is this one, and I'm going to use the Misha Style Perfect Concealer. And I don't quite remember which shade it's in, but it's, I think, the lightest one. When I got it, it was a little too dark, so maybe it's number 2. But I just tap my brush in there, and I apply a little bit right here because I have some blemishes. Just to cover up everything before I put any foundation on. And you can tell that I have a lot of redness right here. I always do. I have always had that. And it kind of annoys me, so I like to cover it up. And my chin too gets really red. So I just apply a little bit of concealer before I start with my foundation. And since it's been really warm here recently, I've been actually using the L'Oreal Matte Morphose foundation. And the reason being is it's matte. Sometimes I do a more dewy foundation right here because this part of my face tends to be a little bit more dry, whereas this part is a little bit more oily. But I use the same brush and I just tap it in there. And start on my forehead, and I just buff it out. I don't use too much, and you kind of do have to be a little careful so it doesn't turn on cakey, but I like it anyway. And the shade I have is number 110 Rose Ivory, which is the lightest shade, at least here in Norway. We do get a lot of foundations that we don't get all the shades of, though. Like the L'Oreal BB cream, the Nude Magic BB cream. We have just 2 out of 4 shades. We have light and medium, and we don't have fair and dark. Oh, by the way, I've been really wanting to try the MAC Face and Body foundation. So if you have an opinion on that foundation, let me know, because I don't have any MAC foundations yet. I don't have any high-end foundations at all. So, okay, so that is all fairly blended. And you can see my concealer has kind of gone. But I do like to put it a little bit under my foundation as well. You can tell I've used quite a lot of this now. It's starting to make a dent in there, which is cool. I can't wait to hit pan. And then I do the same thing again. I go in with these and this, and I just tap it in there and apply a little bit more on my chin. I just like to have a little bit under my foundation as well. And then I get a little bit more and I put it on right on the apples of my cheeks, which tend to be a little red. Then I get my under eye concealer, which is the Garnier Roll-On, and I just roll a little under my eyes. And I like to sit it a little, let it sit a little bit before I start to blend it out, just because I feel like some of the liquid in it evaporates and it gets a little bit more creamy and a little bit more kind of pigmented. So I just tap it in with my finger. I'm gonna drag it out a little first and then tap it in. Like that. And even though the L'Oreal foundation is a matte foundation, I do like to set it. And for that I'm using this brush. You can tell it's been used for blush, but that doesn't really bother me. So I'm using my e.l.f. Mineral Booster, this huge thingy, and I just tap my brush in whatever's in the lid, just because I just want a little bit, and I swirl it on my face and also under my eyes. And this brush doesn't apply too much since it's just a stippling brush. So, and I found a little dense my other stippling brush, which is the e.l.f. one. I can give you a comparison. You can see that this is a lot more flimsy, where this is a lot more dense. So yeah. And now I would normally do my eye makeup, but I've already done my makeup since it's like in the afternoon now, and I've been to work, so I have my makeup on. And sometimes I'll use the e.l.f. Mineral Foundation in light, and I will use this brush right here, and I just get it in there and use a little bit right on my forehead and down my nose, and sometimes also right here, depending on how red I am that day. But I'm not going to do that right now because I don't think I need it. I am a little bit red right here, but it's not too much. So yeah, and after that I usually do my blush, and I've been using the e.l.f. Mineral Blush in Coral recently, and I've been using several different brushes, but this is the one I've been using the most. So I just get a little in the lid, and then I just tap my brush in there, same as I did with the Mineral Booster, and I just put... Sorry, my camera died. So as I said, I'm just using this e.l.f. Coral Mineral Blush as my blush, obviously, and just apply a little lightly. Just so you know, it's been about 2 hours since I filmed the first part of this video, so the rest of my makeup might be a little faded, just so you know that. And then most of the time I just do this, and then I spray myself with my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. Sometimes I use a bronzer or a highlighter. If I'm highlighting, I'm using this one. This is the Visions Pearl Shimmer for Face, and I just apply it like right here with a little brush. And if I'm contouring, I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze Brunette Harmony Duo Sun Powder. This is in number 102 Brunette Harmony, with a Sigma tapered brush thingy like that, or my e.l.f. Bronzer Blushing Duo thingy. But I don't have time to do that now, so I'm just going to spray myself with this. And I like to use a lot. So you just let that dry. And that is basically my everyday face makeup. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys!